A friend of the channel referred me to an article on the BBC called How Donald Trump Came Back from the Political Abyss. Now, to many of us, that headline will seem to mimic Bible prophecy, but I did want to reference a couple of quotes in the article itself, and I'll put a link down below so you can read it for yourself. The subheadline reads, "When Donald Trump lost to Joe Biden in 2020, it seemed to be the death knell on his political career." And indeed, that's what most of us will remember. Around the time of January 6th and in the weeks and months afterwards, everyone was talking about how Donald Trump's political career was dead. There was simply no way he could come back. And yet, here we are. Reading from the article, his first term in office ended in chaos and condemnation, even from members of his own party. If he wins the election on Tuesday, it will be only the second time anyone has ever returned to the White House after previously losing a presidential re-election bid. Another subtitle is called A Short-Lived Exile, and basically recounts how almost every Republican distanced themselves from Trump. And yet, as we have seen over the last couple of years, almost all of them have since come back. Perhaps they figured that they can't fight the beast, so they may as well join him. The article also talks about the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago for national security documents and how that may have been the beginning of how so many on the right coalesced around Trump. Almost everything since then has been seen as an effort to use lawfare, and the more it happens, the more he is seen as the victim. Another part of the article talks about trials, tribulations, and triumphs, and how his approval ratings kept ticking upwards even as various controversies surrounded him. It makes mention, too, of Elon Musk, not only the world's richest man, but someone who was involved in several different cutting-edge technologies, finally coming on board with Trump. But I want to quote from the last couple of paragraphs of the article, starting with fundamental reorientation ahead. While Trump's victory is far from guaranteed, simply being this close to the prize once again is itself a remarkable achievement. And if his political comeback culminates in another presidential term, he will return to the White House having overcome obstacles, legal, political, many of his own creation, that few presidents have confronted, with control of the reins of power and without the burden of having to face the judgment of voters again. Trump will be able to make those legal dangers disappear. And unlike his first term, he will be entering the White House with a team of advisors and potential administration staff who are fully loyal to him. Donald Trump has converted the party from fiscal issues and social issues being the dominant force to a Trump populism. This is all a fundamental reorientation of the Republican Party. And if he wins next week, Trump could fundamentally reshape American government for generations to come. So once again, there's a link to this article below, and it's worth taking a few minutes to read, because this week coming up could be just the beginning of a fundamental change to the entire world.